Bill Russell is one of the most outstanding winners in professional sports. You don't win 11 championships in 13 seasons by coincidence, and Russell earned every win he got. He wasn't the flashiest player in the league, but that never mattered to Russell. What did matter was that at the end of the game, his team ended up with a better score than the opposing team. Russell ushered in a new style of basketball that hadn't been seen in the NBA before his arrival. He was a defensive menace who did whatever he could to prevent his opponents from scoring. Russell would get baskets of his own on the other end of the floor, but his rebounding and shot blocking ability were what made him so good. Russell was also fantastic at pestering his opponents into submission and opened up about how he could accomplish that throughout his career. Russell's ability to pester his opponents not just on defense but mentally too was a crucial part of his game. Without it, maybe Russell wouldn't have been the legendary winner he ended up becoming. I understood that the game was played by very insecure people. One of the great players that not many people remember is Walter Bellamy. He was a great player. Physically, I was not up to him on some nights, so I would say, what am I going to do? I would play very hard defense to keep him from getting the ball, and then I said to him, how come they're not passing you the ball? And I had been working like a dog for the past 5 minutes to keep him from getting the ball, and he'd say, yeah, they don't treat old Walter right. And then I had him diverted. Said Bill Russell via Wilt Chamberlain Archive. Russell's story is basically an old school version of trash talking. Russell played mind games with Walter Bellamy to make him upset with his teammates because he wasn't getting the ball, when in reality, he wasn't getting the ball because of Russell's tough defense. Once Russell got that comment from Bellamy, as he mentioned, he knew he'd have him beat. Bellamy's mind was in the wrong place, so he would be less effective, meaning Russell wouldn't have to work as hard to defend him. The art of trash talking in the NBA has become much more prevalent, especially as the game has become more popular and drawn more attention. But Russell showed a different way of how he could use it to break down his opponents, and he used it like a charm here on Bellamy. Chances are Bellamy wasn't Russell's only victim with his tactic, and it's another example of Russell's greatness in a career full of them. In a dual interview alongside his rival Wilt Chamberlain with Ahmad Rashad, Bill even fired some shots at Shaquille O'Neal by explaining how he would strategically take on guarding him. I would make him play hard zone, plus I would make him have to run up and down the court all day. If I weigh 240 and he weighs 300, he has to carry that weight up and down every time. The fatigue factor becomes part of it, Bill Russell explained. With Russell using his strengths to attack Shaq's weaknesses, you could see the legendary Celtic find a way to contain the Big Diesel. After all, he is not an 11-time champion for nothing. If he could give hell to Wilt Chamberlain for years, Shaq would also be a winnable challenge for Russell.